Welcome back in this segment of our show, brought to you by Stern AG. And for more than a century, Stern AG has provided financial services to high net worth individuals, to businesses, to non-taxable institutions. They have survived wave after wave of consolidation from other companies. They are a standalone entity. I mean, they really are a unique company, managing the money, managing over $17 billion in assets. Trust me, in terms of your financial planning, your financial future, Stern AG is the group to call here in town. I think you should give them a holler this week, as a matter of fact. All right, 3 quick questions here for our lightning round. Number 1, Tennessee and Adidas are parting ways. The Vols have inked a new deal with Nike. Is that deal better for basketball recruiting or worse for the potential goofball football uniforms?
Goofball football uniforms, I hated to read that. What's it worth, $35 million?
Yeah.
I'll give them that. Give somebody else.
Not to look like Oregon? All right. Jimmy?
Oh, I'm going to go basketball. It just seems like with basketball, Nike's got such a big name with them. So And actually, with goofball uniforms, some of the recruits like them. I'm going to go basketball.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Well, it's like you pointed out about Texas Tech or their uniforms, or Texas A&M. Some of the other schools, they're all pretty much the same.
Yeah, it's templates,
Yeah, it's not like this is unique to Tennessee. It's unique to college football.
Yeah, you can pretty much tell the Nike schools from the Adidas schools from the Under Armour school. It could be worse. Under Armour has taken what Nike's done and just gone off the rails. Better for basketball recruiting?
I think it is, yeah. I mean, Nike's just got the name.
Well, and that's such a unique sport too, that you will see kids in high school who get with one of these Nike or Adidas, and they'll turn out, here are the 5 schools I'm looking at, and you'll notice, Nike, 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 Nike. I mean, it all matches up, and then they go right on through pros and sign their name to a contract with Nike too.
Jimmy, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Tennessee has had recruits that actually didn't want to wear Adidas apparel because they had ties with the Nike camps already.
That is true. Willie Galt wore Puma or something.
Puma.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, this is a scary statistic, folks. Out of 125 FBS football programs, there is only one that will be without all 5 of its starting offensive linemen next fall.
Is this a quiz? Who is it?
One out of 125. Every year, Phil Steele does a look at the returning starters, and for the most part, we did the math this week on Mr. SEC. You can't tell hide nor hair. Just because you bring back a lot of people doesn't mean a lot, but what you do see is if you lose a ton of people, then teams struggle. That's the only one. You know, bring a bunch back, lose a few, bring a few back. You're going to wind up, it doesn't really correlate to a big improvement or big decline in terms of your standings in the SEC. But when a team loses everybody, that typically does have a corollary to a downward turn in record. So with Tennessee being the only school in the country to lose all 5 offensive linemen, and the only school in the country to lose all 5 offensive linemen and all 4 defensive linemen, should Vol fans be looking at next year's schedule and those lost linemen and preparing themselves for a worse 2014 than a 2013?
Yes. Just the way you've phrased that, yes, definitely you should, because the schedule isn't any easier.
Yeah, it's tough.
And you're losing. It's an SEC league. It's up front. We've heard Bruce Jones says it's one up front, and you're replacing both sides. Of course, you should. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's prepare for the worst.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Bob and I agree.
Take like sleeping pills and don't wake up from August till December. Yeah, I mean, be excited about 2015. This ain't 2015.
Jimmy.
I'm not going to go worse than 5-7. Y'all are saying 4-8, right?
Well, I mean, I think you can be 5-7
or an uglier 5-7.
be
Yeah,
worse.
prepared.
Well, I'm thinking 5. I'm thinking 1-loss record.
Yeah.
I think it's possible.
I'm thinking they should be prepared for another 5-7.
I think it's possible you could go.
It's possible. It's possible, but I also think you're going to be better at running back, receiver, quarterback, and linebacker.
I don't know about quarterback.
I think they will be, because I don't think the quarterback play was that good this year. I think it'll be better.
By default.
I don't know any.
Yes. Because a freshman, I think one of the young guys.
How many years have we spent saying, well, the offensive line this year will be a lot better because they're older, and it doesn't necessarily turn out.
But it's not like the offensive line last season was exceptional. I think we all
we
can
can
agree.
finally get
Last
beyond
one.
saying the offensive line will be better.
Last one, guys. Half of East Tennessee or more have gone from being Colts fans to Broncos fans because of Peyton Manning. Personally, I think that's just an excuse to bandwagon with a winning team. I'm not saying people don't love Peyton Manning, but here's the question. You tell me, if Peyton Manning, instead of being a 5-time MVP, kind of easy to pull for somebody like that, if he'd come out and had the career of Heath Shuler, would Tennessee fans have followed him from team to team in the NFL?
No.
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 No, I mean, a lot of it is the longevity of his career.
And the fact that he wins.
And the fact that he
Success.
wins. Look at what Denver's record is. What, 34 wins in the past 3 seasons compared to like 14 in the previous. Yeah. I mean, that has a lot to do.
Everybody loves him because he came back to Tennessee, and there's good reason for them to love him for that
Right.
reason. But it's also, for people to say, oh, well, I'm a Bronco fan because of Peyton. Part of it is you pull for a winner every single season.
And let's even take
that's easier to do.
Heath Shuler out of it. Say he'd had a career like Matt Schaub.
Or Jay Cutler.
Or Jay Cutler, where you're up, you're down, you're sideways and all that. No, I think winning helps.
But
keep
here
people on
in the
that
past
bandwagon.
few years, I would say, obviously, Peyton set out a whole year with the neck problems and the 3 or 4 surgeries, depending on who you talk to. So I don't think they were necessarily following him to a winner then, because you didn't know his career was going to continue.
He was a winner at Indianapolis.
Yeah, he was a winner
so
at Indianapolis.
You followed him to wherever he
How
went.
passionate were all these Colts fans the year that Manning sat out? Were they living and dying with the Colts that year? I don't think so.
20%.
I think it's about he came back and there's reason to love him. But at the same time, it's easy to pull for a guy who's a 5-time MVP.
Exactly.
All right, when we come back, another Manning question. The age of Manning we shall discuss. Come on back.